Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-933-93. Among all the stuff we've got to talk about, Jussie Smollett is back in the news. We'll tell you why. And the results are in. Apparently, we're not going to have to wait 6 days on this. We know what happened in New Hampshire.
I was jealous this morning.
So we'll get to all of that in just 60 seconds. First, let me tell you, your time is running out to do something really cool for Valentine's Day. She would love a bouquet of flowers from Bouqs. That's Bouqs, as in bouquets of flowers. Bouqs offers farm-fresh, sustainably sourced flowers for an extra same-day delivery. That's why they last so long. They're beautiful. And, my wife always tells me not to get flowers because they don't last. And then we found one that we thought was going to, and that didn't really work out very long either. And now we found Bouqs, and they are fantastic. The bouquet I got her just lasted 12 days. I mean, that just doesn't happen. So these are absolutely beautiful. Order today. Get 25% off your entire purchase. That's incredible. This close to Valentine's Day? Yes. Go to Bouqs.com, BOUQS.com/Pat, and get 25% off with the offer code Pat. You can also get sweet treats there. Really beautiful bouquets that they put together for you. Plants, gifts, succulents, things that last for a long, long time. So be a hero this Valentine's Day. I mean, it's day after tomorrow, and you can still get 25% off your flower order. Go to Bouqs.com, BOUQS.com, Bouqs.com/Pat for 25% off.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so it turned out just like we predicted it.
Just like we predicted.
I mean, exactly like we predicted. Bernie Sanders won 25.9%, essentially 26% of the vote. Buttigieg got 24.4%. Amy Klobuchar was third, 19.8%. Elizabeth Warren a distant fourth at 9.3%. Followed by number 5, Joe Biden, 8.4%.
Joseph, what are you doing, man?
Joe. Oh, Joe. Why, Joe? Why? What's going on?
Couldn't happen to a bigger jerk.
Tom Steyer, 3.6% despite all the money he's spending. Tulsi Gabbard, 3.3%. And Andrew Yang, we lost him.
Yes.
We lost him. He just dropped out. You don't have Andrew Yang to kick around anymore.
Or Michael Bennett.
No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me. I hadn't heard that one.
I have to tell you
Don't say that. Oh, no. We lost him, too. We lost him. We lost Michael Bennett. And we lost Andrew Yang all in one day. That's too much to grasp. That's too much to handle. They've got to stagger these announcements to allow us time, to heal and get ready for the next one. Tulsi can't be far behind.
Yeah.
Neither can Tom Steyer. I mean, Tom Steyer, I guess, if he wants, can continue to waste his money.
Oh, that's kind of fun to think that. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Spend all you want. We'll continue to not pay any attention to you. if that's good for you, it's good for us.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
care.
that catchy, but
no,
it'll work. Yeah, I want him to have keep doing this, keep spending your money, so that he has not enough money to run in 2024 and beyond.
Yeah, or donate to his stupid climate change bullcrap cause. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, surprising, Donald Trump won? Huh. Wow, that's interesting. Is there a number of people who can call, Ivan?
Only 85% of the vote.
85.7?
Yeah.
Bill Weld got 9.1% of the vote.
Oof.
Keep in mind, it's New Hampshire.
That's true.
Write-ins got 2.5%, and then somebody named Mary Maxwell got 0.6%. 854 votes. Good for her. That's great. So Trump wins handily. I think his vote total is higher than most incumbent presidents have been, though, in the last several New Hampshire elections. I was just looking at at a graphic that Fox had on maybe half an hour ago, and I think it said Obama got 76,000 votes. Well, Trump got 119,000 votes, which shows you that people are excited to go out and vote for him, even in the primary.
Well, yeah, there was a rally that he did in New Hampshire the other night where he drew more himself
than all the Democrats combined.
Well, then,
right?
Because there was an event where all the Democrat candidates showed up.
Yes.
And so if you're a fan of one of however many Democrats were there, you go, right?
You would think.
And so, yes, Trump alone outdrew the big Democrat.
I don't know what capacity is in that arena because I never heard the name of it, but it looked fairly big. It looked, it was like multiple layers, multiple decks. Looked like a decent-sized basketball arena, and he filled it to capacity, it looked like to me.
To the top.
Yeah, they were in the upper decks. Usually, for events like that, they close the upper decks so that it doesn't look bad. They put curtains over it or whatever, and you don't even have a chance to use the upper decks. This was filled all the way to the rafters. Amazing. The response he continues to get this deep into his first term is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So there you have it. Results are in. It's interesting because on the political site 538 by Nate Silver, he does a lot of analytics, and he has now given the odds for each of the candidates to win the nomination. Bernie actually went down after winning New Hampshire. I don't know why. Maybe he didn't win it as impressively as he should have.
Didn't technically Pete win that?
Win what?
Win the
538
you
thing?
said New Hampshire. You said New Hampshire. I was
Yeah.
thinking Iowa. So he went down just after last night?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He went from 44 to 38% chance to win. Number two. So it was Bernie Sanders. Number two was nobody. 33%. A brokered convention.
Yeah.
33%. That's the second highest probability. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I think the Klobuchar delegates are going to have a lot of power this summer.
Maybe. Number three went to Biden, and he went from 16 to 18%. He finished fifth and went up. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, based on what are they?
I think they're looking long range. I think they're looking down at some of the polls that are coming up, including South Carolina. Nevada obviously is next, and then South Carolina and whatever else is coming up. He must be faring pretty well still in the other states.
So we got a week and a half before the next one. We got back-to-back Saturdays, the 22nd and the 29th between Nevada and South Carolina. So those are our next two. And then Super Tuesday after that on March 3rd, and we get to vote. Are you going to vote in the Democrat primary? We got an open primary here in Texas. You want to vote a little little chaos there.
Is it open?
Yeah. Maybe vote for, I don't know who, Tulsi? I have no idea who to vote for.
I don't either.
But it could be fun.
I might out-strategize myself trying to think, okay, well, if I do it this way, he'll have a better chance. I think it's probably best just not to mess with that. So I'm not going to. 888-900-3393. Then we've got the celebrities for these candidates. And some of these candidates just saying stupid things as they are wont to do. You know, it wasn't enough that we heard from all the people we heard from, including Brad Pitt the other night at the Oscars and Joaquin Phoenix. Shut up. Then Michael Douglas actually speaking out at a Michael Bloomberg event and had something pretty interesting to say. I don't know if I believe this or not. Here's what Michael Douglas claimed.
First of all, let me just thank all of you for your thoughts and your prayers and your good wishes about my dad. And I don't know if he was pulling my leg or not, but one of the last words that he said in the hospital when he came in, he saw me, asked me to lean over close to him. And I leaned over close to him. He looked at me and said, "Mike can get it done."
Get out of it. No, he didn't.
I've known Mike Bloomberg for more than 20 years.
Come on,
living
man.
in New York.
Come on.
I was there in New York City at 9/11.
Yeah, wasn't he
I
impressive?
watched Mike take over as mayor.
Yeah.
And I saw one of the greatest jobs of governing a 12.5 million population city that I've ever seen.
Really?
In my lifetime,
How many have you seen?
I really cannot think of a
I wonder.
better candidate for president of the United States than Mike Bloomberg.
Oh, you better,
Mike is not about show.
better think again.
Mike just gets things done.
It's so ridiculous. His dying father called him over.
Right, 103 years old.
And his last words, or among the last words he said to his son, were, "Mike can get it done," the campaign slogan of Michael Bloomberg. I'm sorry. I don't buy that. I don't believe that at all. But thank you for that, Michael.
And was he talking maybe just about his son?
Maybe,
like, hey,
hey, you can get it done.
There's a lot left to take care of. Instead of saying, "You can get it done, son," he said, "Mike can get it done." And he's like, "Oh, wow, it's a political statement from my 103-year-old father."
Mike can get it done. I'm sure that's what he's thinking of the election as he's laying there on his deathbed.
Oh, I totally care who's going to win in November when I'm long gone. Come on.
Yeah,
Stop it.
I'm sure that's true. What a dumb story.
And if it is, and even if it is, are you wanting to admit that? Wow, so my dad was on his way out, and the last thing he talked about was the 2020 election.
Yeah, and taking away everybody's choice from them. Like, we're going to control everything you eat, everything you can have in your house. We're going to make sure you can't own a gun.
Yep.
And that's what he did on his deathbed. Wanted me to let you know that we need to vote for the totalitarian in the race.
Mike can get it done. No more salt on your fries. Mike can get it done.
No more large sodas on your table. Or anywhere else, for that matter.
Mike can get it done.
Please.
No more straws. Mike can get it done. No more guns.
I do believe he tried to ban straws, too.
Yeah,
I mean, this was way ahead of its time.
He's out of control, man.
Mm-hmm. He didn't quite get the salt ban done in New York.
No, remember?
That didn't work.
Yeah, so in New York, you have to get, if you want a big jumbo-sized drink, no, you got to get 2 smaller ones.
Yeah.
And use more
or 3
materials?
I think it was, was it nothing over 16 ounces?
Yeah, let's see.
But you could buy 5 12-ouncers if you wanted to. It's just asinine. Just, it's the whole liberal mindset. They don't think things through. And they don't think about the consequences of any of these ridiculous decisions. Also, we've got Bloomberg. Speaking of Mike getting things done, here he is talking on the radio about how, I think this is about the stop and frisk thing that they had going on in New York City. And he was talking about how many whites get stopped.
They just keep saying, oh, it's a disproportionate percentage of a particular ethnic group. That may be, but it's not a disproportionate percentage of those who witnesses and victims describe as committing the murder. In that case, incidentally, I think we disproportionately stop whites too much.
Disproportionately?
And minorities too little.
Disproportionately, you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't know what disproportionate is. That's amazing. You can't say that.
Mikey.
You disproportionately stop whites?
Mike gets it done. Good night.
He does get racism done. Because another little faux pas has come to light. This is from 2015.
95% of your murderers and murderers.
Do we actually have the one where it shows what he's saying? Because that might be
it's
easier.
It's not a video of him, but I think the audio is clearer.
Is there, I think there's captioning.
I believe so, yeah.
All right, let's play that.
95% of your murderers and murdered victims fit one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops.
Okay, pause it for a second.
Okay.
All right, so what he's saying is the murderers, the people who murder and the people who get murdered are all the same people.
95%.
You can Xerox a picture of them and a description of them and just send it out to all the cops because it's the same every time.
So are you saying they all look alike?
Yeah, basically, yes, that's what he's saying.
Mike gets it done.
All right, let him go.
That's true in New York. It's true in virtually every.
They're all male minorities.
And that's where the real crime is. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that get killed. So you want to spend the money, put a lot of cops in the street, put those cops where the crime is, which means in minority neighborhoods. So
okay, pause it again. Okay, so he's saying things that are super problematic for the left here. He's saying put the cops where the crime is, in minority neighborhoods. That's where they're committing the crimes. there's a million reasons for that.
Good stuff, man.
But you can't say that, especially as a Democrat. You can't say that. Even if it's true, you can't say it. All right, go ahead.
The crime is, which means in minority neighborhoods. So it's one of the unintended consequences. People say, "Oh my God, you are
arresting kids for marijuana."
They're all minorities.
That are all minorities.
That's true.
Yeah,
Why?
it's true.
Because we put all the cops in the minority neighborhoods. Yes, that's true. Why do we do it? Because that's where all the crime is. And the way that is thrown up against the wall.
This is shocking stuff, really.
And then they say, "Oh, I don't want that. I don't want to get caught," so they don't give them the gun. They still have a gun, but they leave it at home.
Okay, but I mean,
hold on a second. This is 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking at the New York City. I don't want to scroll all the way to the top here. I'll do it anyway. Crime and enforcement activity in New York City from 2015. Okay, so I'm looking at these stats. As far as arrested, blacks only account for 39%. This is just criminal mischief. Okay, 39%. Scroll down. Let's see. Arrested for rape, 44%. Let's see. Arrested for manslaughter, 59%. He just said 95%. And his own city stats betray him there.
Jeez.
But wow, Mike gets it done.
Yeah. And he said, again, that's clear way back in 2015. I mean, how old were you in 2015? I think I was 12. I think I was 12 years old in 2015. That was how long ago that was. So we just cut him some slack on that. It was too
Times
long.
Have changed, man.
Ancient history.
That's a good 4 or 5 years ago.
5 full years ago now.
That's a different time,
Come on.
man. That's back when, females competed against females.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and gender meant there was two different genders.
Yep.
There was men and women.
That's back when environmentalists protected trees. And now it's now they're sacrificed in the name of plastic. But those times were so much different. They were simpler. And Mike Bloomberg was a racist and still is, apparently.
Wow.
Mike,
you can't get away with that.
especially when it's not true.
Yeah. Right.
And did you see, I think, if I was looking away, I thought I heard him say, we've got to get the guns out of the hands of these victims.
Yeah, he did say that. Now, he believes that, too.
That's who needs the guns, man.
No, not to him. Not to him. He thinks if you have a gun, you're more likely to become a victim than if you don't. That's his weird logic in his head. That's how much he misunderstands what happens with the whole gun situation. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And that's pretty clear. And that's all racist stuff, especially to Democrats. You can't say it. Even if it were true, you still can't say it. And it's not even true.
Mike gets it
It's
done.
not even accurate.
Yeah, but Mike gets it done, man.
Yeah, he gets racism done. So it's great. Good for him. Good for him. All right. 888-933-93. And another wonderful celebrity speaking out, this time on Jimmy Kimmel, I think. Harrison Ford on Jimmy Kimmel the other night.
The call of the wild. That call was perfect. Donald J. Trump. This was a perfect
call.
I call it a perfect call. It's a great call, not just a good call. So the reviews are really pouring in.
Hey, doofus.
Well,
That's the first thing that some has done for me.
ever.
Well, yeah, what have you done for him or anybody else? He produced a bunch of, some crappy movies, some pretty good ones. But I can't forgive him, I don't think ever, for Indiana Jones 4. I don't know that could ever be forgiven. That was such an atrocity. I don't know. These guys are just, first of all, what are you doing in a movie like Call of the Wild? Isn't that like something that, I don't know, an up-and-coming actor who
That's
has
a dog food, actually.
What?
Oh, that's Taste of the Wild. Never mind.
Yeah, Call of the Wild. He's out in the wilderness with a dog. He's doing a dog movie now. That's where his career is. 888-900-3393. Losing your hair. It's a tragedy. It really is. I hate it. But there's something you can do about it. Most hair loss is caused by a hormone called DHT. But the FDA has approved 2 hair treatments that help control your DHT and prevent hair loss. And in 65% of cases, it can trigger new hair regrowth, which is awesome. And these things used to be cost prohibitive because they were the brand names only. Well, now the generic version is available from Keeps of both of those approved, FDA-approved hair products. So not only are they 90% effective at stopping hair loss, but they're totally affordable. And we can get you 50% off right now and a free doctor's consult online. With Keeps, you can do all of this, too, without ever leaving your couch. You just answer a few questions, snap some pictures of your head, and a licensed doctor will review your information and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Then it's shipped discreetly to your door. So stop losing your hair and do it for 50% off right now. Keeps.com/Pat. That's Keeps.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I want to get to this New Way Forward bill. Have you seen this? Have you read about it? Did you see this in the paper today? Did you read about this, Kevin? Kevin, you see it?
That's crazy, Jay. That's a crazy bill, man. Call your congressman.
That's a little too deep for Kevin, I think.
It's true.
That's a little too deep.
That's where he
would never go that far.
Instead of following up with like the second or third line, he just plays the bass to get out of the conversation.
Right. Yeah, I don't know where to go with this anymore, so I'm just going to do some riff, and then we're done. This is an amazing bill on immigration because it virtually eliminates the border, is basically what I get out of this. It's like 4,400 words long, and it completely changes immigration in this country and decriminalizes all of it, including crossing the border illegally. It's so bad that people they've deported, they will actually pay their airfare to fly them back into the country.
This is so maddening. You can't make this up.
It's incomprehensible that this could be a proposed bill in the United States of America. They're actually going to fly people back into the country because we deported them. So everybody's got a right to be here now. Everyone on this planet, because this won't just be for Mexicans and Guatemalans and El Salvadorans and people in Central and South America. It will be for all people. You won't be able to just limit this to Central and South America, Mexico. You're going to open this up to Middle Easterns, people who hate our guts. Chinese who are spying on us. I mean, this is unbelievable. So they're going to fly felons back to the United States, even if they've committed felonies on our dime. And by the way, it decriminalizes and puts a stop to deportation of illegal aliens and illegal alien felons.
And it's getting co-sponsors, man.
44 of them.
44?
It's got 44 co-sponsors.
That's bad.
Listen to the way Jesus Garcia discussed this bill. This is mind-boggling.
This is not a radical project. We are simply asking for a fair shot and the opportunity for immigrants to stay in the country they call home. A New Way Forward does just that. It would end mandatory immigration detention, end the automatic pipeline to deportation through the criminal justice system. It would end deportation for people who have had contact with the criminal legal system. It would end the practices of local...
It would end deportation for people who have had contact with the criminal justice system, meaning they committed felonies, have been convicted, and we deported them. What do you mean, who've had contact? That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I don't care
it's unbelievable.
that you don't make a law based on where someone calls home. I don't care that they call this home. That doesn't make it right.
No, it does not.
Engaging in immigration enforcement and the increased ever-policing of communities of color. It would decriminalize immigration.
But again, it's not radical at all. That's not radical legislation. It's so radical, it fundamentally changes the United States of America. It's the fundamental transformation of the United States of America completed. Started by Barack Obama, would be completed by this bill. This bill has to be stopped. It is anti-American. It is anti-American sovereignty. And it endangers our children. I mean, they're talking about pedophiles. Doesn't matter. That's not illegal deportation. If you've committed a sexual offense against a child, that doesn't get you deported. Are you kidding me? How is this possible? How is it that these 44 representatives, including Ilhan Omar, of course, Rashida Tlaib, naturally, AOC is on board, obviously. Why do they want this? Why do you want criminal alien felons to stay in our country? Why? How does that help you? How does that help the United States of America in any way? And the answer, of course, is it doesn't. And here's what you're opening it up to. I mean, things are so bad in parts of Mexico right now. They're training their children as young as 6 years old to fight the drug cartels with weapons. When the 56-year-old mother-in-law of David Sanchez Luna was tortured and killed after venturing out of her small Mexican community, which is encircled by drug cartels, he let his 7 and 10-year-old daughters receive military-style weapons training because they'd had enough. Unable to send their children to school and too afraid to step out of their enclave of 16 mountain villages in the violence-plagued southwestern Guerrero state, residents say they've been left with little choice. They do this to prepare themselves to defend the family, their siblings, and defend the village, Sanchez Luna said. He's a corn farmer in this region, and they formed this, 5 years ago, they formed this self-defense community police militia to protect itself, with kids as young as 6. The move by the villagers to offer arms training to school-age children shocked the nation, made global headlines after local media broadcast images of children as young as 6 toting guns and showing off military maneuvers. But what are they going to do? They have a murder rate that is, the highest in the world. It's just absolutely unbelievable. While elders in the mainly indigenous community near the city of Chilapa privately concede young kids would not be used to fight cartel gunmen, they say their gambit to get the help of faraway officials in Mexico City is born of desperation. 10 musicians from the area were ambushed and killed last month by suspected cartel members after stepping out of their territory, which was guarded by their self-defense militia. Then their bodies were burned. And then there was the family, the American family that lived in Mexico. 9 of them murdered senselessly by these drug cartel members. I mean, there's been beheadings. They have taken over the avocado industry. I mean, avocados that you see advertised on U.S. television all the time. A lot of those companies are now run by drug cartels in Mexico.
And it's bad enough that avocados taste like crap, the consistency, the
They're
texture.
one of the nastiest.
So
There's
pointless.
a reason that Beto used them as baby poop in the diaper to
There's
trick his
something
wife.
we can agree
There's
with
a reason.
Beto on.
It looks like baby poop.
It does.
It smells like baby poop, and I assume, because I don't eat them, I assume it tastes like baby poop.
But wait, do you know the taste of either?
No.
Okay. No. All right, just checking. So next time someone says, "Hey, don't you want some avocado?" Just say,
"No,
I love America,
and
I
I'm
don't
not
like
contributing
drug
to the drug cartels."
Drug cartels in Mexico. I mean, if you want to empower them, go for it. Whatever.
Right. That's right. So
stay away from avocados and help save a life.
And alert your congressman about this new way forward bill and demand that it be stopped in the House.
Pat Gray, the Blaze Radio Network.
Sound means it's a sad time.
No, it's a happy
kind of weird.
sound. What do you?
It's a little bit of a dichotomy there. It's a happy sound for a sad time when it's time to chew the fat with Jeffy.
Why would it be a sad
Do you want us
sound?
to explain to you?
I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
So you're talking about Donald Trump. I know he at his New Hampshire rally. He said that it was 40, 50,000 people there.
40, 50,000.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
How many were really there?
So
there were a lot. I'll say
there
that
was,
for
there
him.
was an overflow crowd in the area outside.
He doesn't need to do that, though. Just say what's really there. I mean, if you're filling up a
Now, the
15,000 seat arena, that's awesome.
Well, see right there.
That's awesome.
What do you not like Trump? The venue holds 11,700.
11,700.
Okay, not 10,000, my friend.
I said 15.
Okay.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm sorry, I thought I heard 10.
Look,
so they filled up the arena, which they did, and then they had an
overflow crowd,
Right,
which was 40, 50,000.
40, 50,000.
He says that kind of stuff all the
I know.
time.
The president operates
There's just
with
no need.
Yeah, with Keith math. Apparently,
so great.
There's just no need. There
There
you
isn't.
filled the joint up.
You're really doing something pretty special.
Yes.
Nobody's ever done this.
And those Democratic dingleberries can't draw that many.
Not combined.
Ever. Right.
They're not drawing that
Right.
kind of crowd. So just go with what it really is and stop lying about it. He'd be so much better
not a
off.
lie. It's not a lie. He's just
The exaggerations are painful.
It was so full.
They're painful.
40, 50,000.
40, 50,000. Why stop there? Why not 100? 100,000?
I got to tell you,
200,000?
to be honest, I thought it was the biggest crowd ever drawn in New Hampshire.
Yeah, or anywhere else,
Anywhere.
for that matter. It's a beautiful, beautiful large crowd.
it's a record for that arena.
Biggest crowd ever assembled.
I think Elton John played there once, but he outdrew him too.
Yeah. Well, he always does.
Thank you.
He's outdrawn Elton John, I think, 40 times now. Everywhere he goes, he says, "Yeah, Elton John was just here. I outdrew him." The Beatles, the surviving Beatles, just played, and I beat their number by 10 times, by tenfold. So
there's that.
It's a beautiful crowd, beautiful.
In fact, it was the most beautiful crowd ever.
The biggest and most beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
so bad. You teased Jussie Smollett. He was indicted yesterday by the grand jury in Chicago.
Yep, there you go.
Man, he's indicted on 6 counts of disorderly conduct related to making 4 separate false reports to the Chicago Police Department officers.
So we're back in business on
We're
this
back.
thing. We're back.
We are back in business on Jussie.
Good.
He's
Yes,
lost
we
his
are.
show. He's going to lose his freedom.
Yes, we are. I just keep going back to that interview that he gave on, ABC Good Morning or whatever the heck it was. They called me the F word. They called me the N word. There's no which way you cut it. I don't need some MAGA hat as a cherry on top of a racist sundae.
My
It's
gosh.
just all a lie.
Yeah. Yep.
Just all a lie.
It's embarrassing.
It
And
sure
he
is.
sticks to it to this day.
I know.
Even though everybody knows it didn't happen.
Jesse,
I don't
just
know
let
of
it go.
anybody who supports him in saying that, he got beat up by MAGA people. There's nobody who believes
No.
that.
I mean,
Everybody knows it's not true.
the MAGA people he hired.
Right. Which weren't MAGA people.
Right.
Were not MAGA
Right.
people. They were what? Jamaican? Dominican? What were they?
Nigerian brothers.
Nigerian.
Yeah, Nigerian brothers, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Or heirs to a fortune.
And there's video of them buying the supplies that they used against
They
him.
admitted it.
Yes. Yes, they did. So weird.
Really weird.
So weird.
But we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're
Finally.
back.
Finally.
Good.
Slapping them down. And this
Good.
time, Chicago Police Department is pissed.
And this time they're pissed.
Yeah,
they were
are.
pissed last
I
time. That's the good thing.
I
At
know.
least they didn't take it laying down. You know?
Yes, that is kind of
I think
good.
that's great.
Yeah, that is great. It is almost Valentine's Day. And, we all want to give something special. And we've got, if you are in love with someone, you can go to Books and order your flowers. But if you've been crushed by an ex and you're still a little hurt, you can go to the San Antonio Zoo's website. And for $5, you can name a cockroach after your ex, and they're going to feed it to their animals on Valentine's Day and stream it for you. And if you think that's not enough, if you
Weird.
think, naming a cockroach just isn't enough after you can spend $25 on a frozen rodent. They're going to feed it to the animals. So you can name a rodent after your ex and watch it streamed live on the San Antonio Zoo website. I mean,
They just at an airport, they just busted somebody bringing in
bag full of dead birds.
Dead birds.
From China. Ooh. Hello.
No thanks.
I know, thank you. I know, scary. But I will say that it's good that the, San Antonio Zoo is the only and first zoological certified by the American Humane Society, the AZA, the Association of Zoos and Aquaria. I don't have to tell you that.
No.
And the ZAA.
The ZAA.
Zoo and
what are they up to?
Aquarium Association. I mean, that's the. I don't have to tell you that.
No.
Big news. Couple hours away, 10 a.m. Central Time. You can get your Rolling Stone tickets if you have an American Express card.
Where are they
happening
playing?
This morning. They started their 2020 tour, 15-city tour in 2020, coming to America.
I thought the last tour was their last tour.
With this one.
This was the last
no
tour.
Filter. This
Again.
is the no filter
The
tour.
no filter.
The no filter.
Okay.
I mean, they're all busy having kids. You got to pay for them.
Mick Jagger will be 77 during this tour.
Jeez.
Are they literally rolling onto the stage now?
In iron
wheelchairs
lungs.
And...
Iron lungs.
Wow.
Yeah.
No filter on the Iron Lung tour this time. Now you can, if you want to see them at the Cotton Bowl here in Dallas.
Okay. I kind of do.
I know it'd be
just to say. I'm not that big a fan, but just to say you've been to a Stones concert.
I know. Now listen, you can sit in the farthest section.
Okay.
Up top at
That's
the
my
Cotton Bowl.
seat.
The seating chart, if you're watching Blaze TV, there's the seating chart.
Okay.
Oh, it's at the Cotton Bowl?
At the Cotton Bowl.
Wow.
Now, if you sit in section about
130?
117.
Oh, you mean I was looking at the side? Okay, you're talking the front.
The way they've got it configured, that's what 40,000 people, maybe
Something like that. Yeah. Now you
40,
can
50,000.
you can sit up there for under $200 a ticket.
Oh,
So you're fine.
Yeah.
No problem. If you want to get down on now you can come down into some of the lower sections
Unreal.
for.
what's the blue area?
The blue areas you're looking at 4 or 5.
400 or 500?
Yeah. Some of those
about the
as
green?
you get around the corner, you're getting up to about 1,000. On the floor, the H sections and the C sections, you're looking at
right in the middle.
Well, okay, all right. We'll take a look at the C section. You're looking at about $3,000 a ticket.
$3,000. $3,000 to see the Rolling Stones front and center.
Now you can be on the floor in that pit all the way
that looks
back
cool.
behind all
So
of
no
them.
chairs. You're just kind of bouncing around with old farts, right? Okay, what do you got?
That's correct.
What's your ticket?
Yeah, you're looking. You could probably get away with $1,200.
$1,200
maybe
to stand up the
$1,800 if you
entire
get,
time.
depending on when you get your ticket.
This is dumb. On May 1st, 1997, Carrie and I sat on the 8th row at Mile High Stadium to watch U2, paid $55.
I know, Grandpa, and you walked uphill both ways to see the show.
$55 for the 8th row. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no wait, it's Colorado. It's flat over there. Anyway, no, it's
Colorado
55.
is flat.
Well, in the city's flat as a pancake.
Okay.
Just outside the mountains. But $55 in the 8th row of U2 of similar stature. Let's be honest. I'm not paying $3,000 for that seat at the Rolling Stones. I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're in their prime. I'm cheap.
I don't disagree with. I don't want to pay $3,000 a ticket. I do disagree with the U2 Rolling Stone correlation.
U2 and the
Just a
Rolling
tad.
Stones are up there in that upper echelon.
But now you can get into that floor B seating chart down there on the floor for just a little over $4,000 a ticket.
Oh, okay.
4,300 or something.
Wait, the $3,000 wasn't the expensive one?
Oh no. There's some seats that they had listed for $5,000 or $6,000. So
Jeez.
I mean, enjoy the show. Enjoy the.
Do you get to
and
hang
I'm
out with
sure-
the band before and afterward?
I'm sure there's some VIP, some VIP tickets you can get for $10,000 or $12,000.
My
Just for them to come out and say hello.
That's the Stones.
I know,
What are you gonna
right?
do? What are you going to do?
You're going to pay the money.
Yep.
I know. I would like. It'd be worth buying a couple of tickets just to go see him. Mm-hmm. It really would.
pay $400 to see him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay $6,000 to see him.
No, and even $400 maybe. I think I'm sitting here at the Mercury Studios for like $50, and they could stream it to me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of good with that.
And you know what I'd do is I would pay $400 for the tickets, and then it would get to that day, and I'd be like, I don't want to fight traffic.
Absolutely, you would.
They're so
And there
crowded.
would be-
So many people.
There'd be 2 empty seats in the arena. That'd be Pat
Sitting down to
Gray's.
Blaze Media All. Anybody want to buy tickets?
It's going to be really loud. I don't want
I gotta get up the next
The show's going to be
morning.
late.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to. This can't do it. My wife isn't feeling well. We're just not gotta go.
Hold on. What day of the week is the Stones in Dallas doing?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. Let's see when they're coming to
Cotton Bowl, clickety-click.
It's in May, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Is that right?
It's Friday, May 29th.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Friday, so you're good.
You're there.
There. Almost.
You're good.
But not quite.
He doesn't seem like he's really into it.
So, speaking of spending a lot of money, in San Francisco, the average home price is about $1.3 million in San Francisco.
That's for like 800 to 1,000 square feet. It's terrible.
Well, you can get this guy's got his 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 644 square feet condo for $849,000. So that's not bad. But the good thing is he's not selling, when you buy that, he's selling separately one of his parking spaces for $100,000. So, that's good. That's good. It's a block away from Oracle Park, and you can get the parking space for $100,000.
Wow.
So you can buy just the parking space. And if you think that's not, he's not the first one to sell some of these off. Some of these condo people have sold them for like $90,000. He's been offered $90,000 for it, and he said no.
Wow.
No. Well, I'll give you $90,000 for it. No.
Makes you appreciate Texas, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, it does.
That's
now, ridiculous. I don't know who buys. I guess.
How do you live there? How do you even live there?
Unless
you're a multi-millionaire. Even then, your lifestyle wouldn't be great unless you're a billionaire.
Maybe if you're a rich homeless person, you buy the parking space.
Maybe.
And that's where you live.
Or you really wanted to go see the Rolling Stones. If you could really cash that in and get in a few Rolling Stone shows.
Right. I don't know who. $100,000 though for a parking for just a spot.
That's ridiculous.
It's out of control. Right. It's seriously out of control. So I see a story that Jeff Probst, Survivor. Jeff Probst,
what's he doing?
I think they're on their couple hundredth season of Survivor now.
And he's still the host, huh?
Yeah, he's still the host.
Okay.
Yeah, he's made a fortune off the show. But he was on Kelly and Ryan last week, and just off the top of his head, he claims that
Kelly and Ryan. Oh, Ryan Seacrest is on that.
Yeah.
Is there a show he doesn't do?
No, there is not. No,
Should you be show limited as an entertainer? I think we need a limit for him.
At a certain point, you have enough shows.
Yeah, and he's reached it.
He has, man.
Seacrest has reached it.
He has.
Stop being so greedy, Ryan.
Right. Let's
leave
spread
a little
around
work
a little
for
bit.
somebody else.
Right. People are sick of seeing you.
Does he have clones? Are we sure that it's actually him?
I don't know how he works in them all. How do you do it?
There's not enough time in the
It's amazing.
He does, though.
It's amazing.
Bless his heart. Good for him. He told Kelly and Ryan that, man, he's had this memory problem not long ago where he forgot what day it was, where his wife and kids were. He's going to his house. He said that he realized something was wrong when he was booking plane tickets for himself and his wife, and he found himself unable to fill in one of the fields on the form. And it gets you to your wife's birthday. And I went, what's my wife's birthday? And I couldn't figure it out. And while he was on the phone with his wife, he started to forget other details, such as where his kids were, even where the wife was, and she was on the phone with them. And he started freaking out. He forgot everything.
And who is this?
Jeff Probst from Survivor, the host of Survivor.
All right.
He had zero.
Was he having a stroke or what?
He had zero recollection of anything. Okay, he said he had no idea where he was. All right. Even worse, he remembers that he wrote a note on his laptop. He went back and looked that said, for our records, I have no idea why I'm wearing these clothes, where our kids are. I have no idea what day it is. I have no idea why I'm writing this. Then a little later,
that would be frightening.
He typed, I just read this. I have no memory of writing it. All right. He said it lasted about 3 hours. And then he booked an appointment to see a neurosurgeon the next day. While he was at the hospital on his way to get the MRI, his memory returned. It all came back. It all came back to him. Everything came back. And so the doctor said it wasn't dementia. It was diagnosed with a condition known as transient global amnesia. And it occurs when somebody loses their memory, forgetting recent events, and then it just comes back.
What causes it?
Transient global amnesia.
Is it going to happen again?
It's most common among people above the age of 50. It's only temporary. It occurs in about 5 per 100,000 people a year, according to a 2007 report.
That would be terrifying.
Wouldn't it?
Terrifying.
If you believe it. Why don't you believe it? I would venture to say that we're going to get breaking news about Jeff Probst here in the next couple of weeks of some Me Too. Me Too movement planned.
And it just happened during his
oh
global
man,
memory
I
loss.
have this transient global amnesia. I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you? Just say, oh man, I'm suffering from it again.
Yeah.
He's just laying the groundwork, man.
Providing a defense for Harvey Weinstein. You know, that's what I had.
Right. No, Harvey's not arguing that.
No, he's
Harvey's not arguing. Harvey said it was consensual.
Harvey's a dog, man. He doesn't care.
It was consensual.
He doesn't care.
I know. It was
and I love the
consensual.
fact that he's using the prop, the walker, to get in and out of court.
Not a
It's
prop.
so ridiculous.
He just had back surgery.
So ridiculous.
He just had back surgery. What are you
Get
talking
outta
about?
here. Get out of here. They saw him at Target. He was walking fine.
He just had back surgery, and he's getting in and out of the courtroom. There's elevators and steps
really
and
tough for him.
walkways.
Sure.
Yeah, and you know what, Pat? I know this trial is taking a lot out of Harvey.
Hold on.
This whole situation is taking a lot out of Harvey.
No.
And I'm tired of people like you.
This trial has taken a lot out of the jurors. How about the looks on their faces when they're having to look at nudes of him, man?
Oh, that's nasty.
Which is so what? That's part of the thing. But the defense, he hasn't argued that. Everyone's like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
It was consensual, and both these women have testified on
they
the
had
stand.
relationships with
This is
him.
good
Post.
stuff. You're right, man.
They had relationships with him.
Assault.
Yeah.
Where they were friendly
Yep.
and all
So
part of
more
the
than
deal,
friendly.
and admitted that they wanted
They
to
had
work.
sex. They had consensual sex afterwards.
And that they were in contact with him because he was getting them work and she needed money. So I don't know how you find him
with you
guilty.
on that.
I don't know how you find him guilty.
I
mean, I know he's
completely.
I know he's a dirtbag, and we all hate him.
Yes, he is.
And we've his life is over. I mean, his life as he knew it anyway is over.
But is it rape if you start a relationship afterwards? If you don't say no, and then you have a relationship and you have consensual sex,
And then you decide down the road.
I don't know.
I should have said no.
I don't know.
I should have said no.
I know there are people who think that still is.
I know that.
I don't know what to think about that.
I listened to an interview with his attorney, Rotana, that she was being interviewed by the lady that broke the Weinstein story in her book. She wrote the book, the New York Times lady. I can't remember her name. The book is She Said. Mm-hmm. And boy, it was a fascinating 30-minute interview. These two women don't necessarily see eye to eye. They weren't really, you could tell that it wasn't necessarily real friendly. Kind of started out that way. And then Rotana said a couple things, and the She Said lady was like, wait, what? And so, I mean, it's just, if you get an opportunity to listen to that interview, it's fascinating because she is all, she doesn't think that, she thinks that Harvey is innocent of these charges.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that these two women
Had
continued their relationship and wasn't saying no.
I don't think you do that
with
with a rapist. I don't think you do it. I mean, I wouldn't. Somebody
But that's the power. That's
I'm
the
not
power
having
thing,
I'm
right?
not having a relationship
That's
with
the
him
power
afterwards.
thing. But if you have the power thing, at least the one time, okay, I give you the power thing the one time, but then you continue to go back.
Yeah, over and over and over and over again. No,
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I think
the same thing with Charlie Rose. Do you remember the situation with some of his situations where he would come out naked? He'd have him over to the house, the producer over to the house, and he would go into the bathroom and come back out naked. And she said he did that every time I was over there. Well, wait a minute. After the first time, why the hell were you there another time?
Maybe you go the second time. I don't
think you go a second time.
And then you go.
If it's my wife, I don't want her going this second time.
You're not gonna walk around naked this time, are you? I mean, that's just Charlie.
But they're afraid to say that because of the power dynamic.
Right.
So just don't go over to his house. Just say, no, I can't make it to your house. Sorry.
How about we meet, I don't know, at the office?
Yeah, right.
That'd be nice.
Because of last time, Charlie, I'm just more comfortable if we do it at the office.
Now, if you want to walk around the office naked, I'm good.
Yeah. As long as everybody else is there, too, seeing it. Men as well as women.
It's just
I don't know.
weird,
It's pretty. That's a tough one.
Weird, sure.
888-900-3393.
I think for his son by doing all the wrong things for his son.
The Glenn Beck Program.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed, where Broken Pinky Promises tweets. Lord, I pray, please don't let me be thinking about any politics on my deathbed in your name. That's for the
fantastic.
Mike gets it done.
Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas thing. His dad called him over on his deathbed. He leaned up close to him, thought it was going to, who knows what he was going to say, his last words ever to his son. And they are these. Mike can get it done. Meaning Michael Bloomberg, not Michael Douglas.
Oh, sure, yeah. He was
Mike can get it done. Mike can get it done.
That's what he meant.
They were political.
That's what he meant. So Kirk was what, 103?
Yeah,
104.
103. And those are his last thoughts on this earth. Mike can get it done. Yeah. Okay.
And we're sure he meant Michael Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg.
That's
yes.
what he
wasn't
says.
talking
That's what
about
his
his
son
son.
says. Yeah.
That's what he says.
My last words will be keep cool with Coolidge. That's going to be me.
Really? Yeah, I think with you it might be. I think that might be true. Biden's drooling travel agent tweets, "Stop and frisk is why we left England in 1776. I hate politicians." Occasionomics, Mike, we got to get the food out of the hands of all these hungry people.
That's true.
Look, flacked. Tweets,
silly.
a new way forward, backward. From Scotty, on the bright side, if the New Way Forward Act were to become law, it would stop all immigration to America. Once they turn this country into a dirt hole worse than the one they came from, that's a good point.
I mean,
That'll make them stop coming.
It's a
right?
good point.
Does make you think about that.
Once you bring
it?
this country to its knees, there's no reason to come here anymore. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Roker's Racing Stripe. So gross. Little known fact, cartel members in the avocado industry are known as avocado desperados. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Know that.
Okay.
The Steve 42. Pat. They're not criminal illegal aliens. They're undocumented Democrats. That's why they're fighting so hard for them. That is true. Amy, what's her face? I like the Stones, but I also like food and shelter.
Thank you.
You're not willing to give up the food and shelter at $3,000 a ticket
I mean, they're
for
gonna,
the Stones?
I'm sure they'll give you a little shelter.
Maybe they'll play that song.
Thank you.
Give me shelter.
Nice job.
Biden's drooling travel agent again. Transient global amnesia sounds like a fancy way of saying dude does drugs. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it does. But that's a frightening.
I mean, that is a frightening thing. You know,
if that really happened, the way he describes it, and I think it probably did. That's scary.
Well,
or what's his name? Jeff Probst.
Jeff Probst. Yeah. No, I believe that it happened.
I believe it happened.
Sure.
Keith got a little picture of his little doggy that he tweeted out. Just pulled up the covers and took the picture of his little doggy.
There she was. Look at that. Listen to Jeffy sigh. He's tired of my little puppy pics.
People are asking now.
Yeah, where's yours?
Where are my doggy pictures?
Yeah, because you talk about your cute pup.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to take one today.
Okay.
And or a video. I think I sent it out. Didn't I show a video of her attacking the vacuum cleaner?
Did the video,
Yeah.
but
She's vicious.
Need a picture.
Vicious. She'll kill you dead. She weighs 4 pounds.
If she thinks you're a
kill
vacuum
you dead.
cleaner.
Yeah, right.
If a vacuum cleaner ever attacks the gray home, you're in
it's in trouble.
hands.
Yeah, it's in trouble.
You're in good hands.
And she gobbles up her food now, thanks to something I just found like 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's Ruff Greens VitaSmart. This is fantastic stuff. You know, with dog food, with dry dog food, they sterilize it. And so it kills all of the nutrients, all of the live, the healthy microbacteria that's in it. It's all gone. The probiotics, the enzymes, everything out the window. So, they're just filling up their stomach. It's not doing much for them.
And I thought about something. I heard something about that the other day. When you think about when they go in the backyard and take care of their business and it rains and doesn't wash away, the reason it doesn't wash away is because it's not real food.
Right. Yeah. See? That's true.
Right?
It's just a bunch of chemicals.
Yeah.
It's not biodegradable. Yeah. So that's why I love this Ruff Greens VitaSmart. I just sprinkle it over her food, mix it in. She loves it. And it's good for her, and she's starting to get frisky like she was when she was a puppy.
Is she
She's running
attacking
all
more
over the
than
place.
vacuum cleaners?
Yes. Yes. And, playing with her little doggy toys and bringing them to fetch and all of that kind of stuff that she used to do all the time.
Yeah.
And then after a while, just started laying by the fireplace, and I don't really feel like it. Now she's back to doing all that stuff. So it's great. No matter what you feed your dog, the most expensive dog food on the market, or you give her some stuff that you made at home by yourself, Ruff Greens VitaSmart will make your dog's food better. If you want to see your dog thrive again, just go to ruffgreens.com. That's RUFF. ruffgreens.com/blaze. Or call 833-MY-DOG-33.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
By the way, I understand you rolled back into this last week or the week before. You smashed into my lightning bolt and broke it.
Not that I recall.
Not that you recall.
Why?
Look at it. It won't light up anymore.
Oh, that's my fault.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you knocked it off.
You knocked it off the deal.
You knocked it off the wall and it broke.
And it's broken. It doesn't work. So, yes, it's your fault.
I seriously don't recall
So now
that.
we want you to take it out in and have it fixed.
Yeah.
And then bring it back.
Take it to the lightning bolt shop, would you?
Yeah, you wait for that.
I'm going to. I'm going to.
You can count on that.
I know, because, you're
on that.
Don't sound believable at all.
I mean, he won't take responsibility for his actions.
Right. It's frustrating. It's plugged in. It won't light up. It won't
and
do
it. Just
what
won't
it's
light
supposed
up
to do.
anymore. You see how dark it is over there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's so dark.
We're sad.
It's sad.
He doesn't seem to care at all.
He doesn't care.
And I don't care for his response.
I don't either. I don't think we're going to get much satisfaction on this, though.
You know what? Maybe I'll take it out of that lunch I owe you for the football picks, huh?
Yeah, boy, then that'll teach you.
Yeah. When are we going to go do lunch, by the way?
That'll learn you some manners.
When are we?
When are we?
You guys tell me. I've sent an email out. Nobody's replying. I can't physically drag. Sure as hell can't physically drag you to a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But so I need the three of you guys, you and Stu. The guys get together.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me when we're doing this. We're not going to Jeffy and I have agreed we're not seeking out a vegetarian place for Stu. He can just figure it out off the menu when we get there.
He's usually pretty good about that. Yeah. You can find some, lettuce. You usually have the lettuce that goes on the burger.
Lettuce
usually,
and some chips.
Just bring me some lettuce. And if you have fries, I'll take some of those. So
good.
All right, 888-900-3393. A professor who teaches in the UK has found a solution for climate change. Finally,
great.
Yeah, this is going to work really well. Don't have any more babies ever again.
Wait.
Yeah, and then we just go extinct. Problem solved.
Well, I mean, congratulations on the solving of the problem.
Yeah, just let the human race die out. Patricia McCormack, continental philosophy professor and researcher of feminism, queer theory, post-human theory.
She's busy.
Horror film, body modification, animal rights, abolitionism, cinesexuality, and ethics.
She'd be fun to talk to.
Those are my favorite studies, all of them. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, cinesexuality? Yeah, when the mics go off, man, Pat's in here just talking about cinesexuality.
What is that?
Sex
Sex and cinema?
Stop. I don't know. How do you spell it?
Like cine and then sexuality. She notes in the A Human Manifesto that humans have failed to see the damage we've done to each other and other living species on Earth.
You're going to love this.
The basic premise of the book is that we're in the age of Anthropocene, and humanity has caused mass problems.
How many times have we said
That's another word. That's another word.
Way too many.
Babbles,
Way too many to count.
Off the air.
One of the problems is creating this hierarchical world where white, male, heterosexual, and able-bodied people are succeeding.
There it is.
And people of different races, genders, sexualities, and those with disabilities are struggling to get all that.
So if you have an intense sexual attraction toward film, that's cinesexuality.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'd like to know what her definition of film is.
Right. I mean, was she talking about like 35 millimeter? He was like, oh, look, it's all rolled out there on the floor. Can't control myself. Like, what is this? This world, man. Oh.
So weird. So weird. And the fact that people take her seriously and actually list all of the feminism, queer theory, post-human theory. I've never heard of that. Horror film.
I want to talk to her.
Body modification, animal rights, abolitionism, cinesexuality, and ethics. Wow, that's great. I mean, you're a nutball when you study all of those things. Come on, you're just a nut job.
Highly educated.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I heard. It was.
I mean, why would it be any good if the whole human race dies and nobody's here? No intelligent life is here to even enjoy the recovery of the Earth, if there is one.
The
Earth will live.
Perfect, yes.
Yeah. I mean, that defeats the whole purpose of the Earth.
A little bit.
Which is to house us. It just drives me out of my mind.
You know, you played that Harrison Ford clip earlier where he was on Jimmy Kimmel, where he was, bad-mouthing Trump. But he also goes on in that interview to talk about climate change, and which
I bet he does. I know he
talks, and he talks about how we deny science. We've just thrown science right out the window.
Jeez,
no, Harrison. No, baby.
Yeah.
No. And in that same interview, he talks about how he didn't do well in school, but we're
he
supposed
knows
to believe him about science.
Right.
He knows.
He knows all the science.
He knows, right.
That drives me out of my
Agonizing.
mind. Oh, my gosh. Also, half of the 1 million animal and plant species on Earth facing extinction are insects. This is a problem, and their disappearance could be catastrophic for mankind.
Feed the zoo animals.
That's right. That's right.
It's a warning to humanity. The current insect extinction crisis is deeply worrying, according to Pedro Cardosa. He's a biologist at the Finnish Museum of Natural History. I usually go to the experts at the Finnish Museum of Natural History. Yeah.
They're on the cutting edge.
Yet what we know is only the tip of the iceberg. Get this, the disappearance of bugs that fly, crawl, burrow, jump, and walk on water is part of a gathering mass extinction event, only the 6th in the last 500 million years. The last one was 66 million years ago when an errant space rock wiped out land-based dinosaurs and most other life forms. This time, we are to blame. Human activity is responsible for almost all insect population decline.
Yeah, good. Especially the spiders.
I think so, too.
The spiders around my house, they're dead because of me.
Especially when you hear which insects are... Okay, the decline of butterflies.
Right.
I don't want to see butterflies go. Or necessarily beetles. But I don't care if ants are gone.
Right. Let's make a list of which insects
hold
actually...
up my house.
And get this, flies. I want the extinction of flies.
Bye-bye.
Good.
Yep.
I don't care if I ever see another fly ever in my life.
And by the way, what happens, we either find new insects or... the extinction really is their numbers are so low that we're considering them extinct, but they're not really extinct, so they come back.
Yeah, a lot of times they do. Yeah, they do.
But seriously, what do flies do? They land on poop and then they fly into your house.
Yes, and they infect people with stuff.
And they provide a meal
gross.
for spiders, and they encourage spiders to hang around. I don't need that.
Exactly right.
So flies. So let's make a list. What are we getting rid of? We're getting rid of flies. We're getting rid of ants, spiders.
If bees go, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Okay. Obviously, bees are important, and I don't know what's causing the death of bees. Suddenly, bees are just disappearing.
Well,
I've always said it's because the bees know.
They know. The bees are dumb because they tried to. They made a daggum hive inside my house, underneath the gutter.
Inside your house?
Yeah, like up inside the house. And
Really?
I had to have somebody come out and get these stupid bees because they were making honey inside
Were they bees
my
or
walls.
wasps?
They were bees making honey inside my walls.
Wow.
What?
Well, then you had free honey. What was your problem?
Okay, I'll call you guys to come over next time and if you can
All right.
fish it out of there. Ugh, it's grotesque. It was intense, man.
All right, I'll come over in my bee outfit, and it'll be fine.
That will be fine.
888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile is the only cell phone service that donates a portion of your monthly bill to organizations that fight for your values. They're not out there promoting abortion with Planned Parenthood or gun control like AT&T is or Verizon is. I mean, you can listen to their cute little ads all you want, but the fact is they're liberal giants that are trying to fundamentally transform the United States of America. And it's not just altruistic either. Patriot Mobile offers plans starting at just $25, and they come with unlimited talk, text, and the same reliable nationwide service you get from everybody else with no hidden fees. Go to patriotmobile.com/Pat and get free activation when you use the offer code Pat, plus a free gift when you open a new line. Or you can call their U.S.-based customer service team and 972-PATRIOT. We got to stick together. Join the fight. Join the family, the Patriot Mobile family. PatriotMobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
Review on the Blaze Radio Network.
Subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, or wherever podcasts are found. Pat Gray is here.
Good thing this song doesn't sound like Iron Man. That would be a problem, but it doesn't.
No.
So that's good. Am I right?
Weird. Such an odd reference. I don't even see why it fits in there.
I don't know why.
Huh.
It just popped into my head. I wanted you to know it didn't sound like that. All right, 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Lone Wolf 2965 tweets, Jeffy's the reason you can't have nice things.
Right. Broke our lightning bolt.
Yep.
First of all, I did. That's just you're just accusing me of something.
No, because we all know you did it. That's why
it was witnessed by multiple people, myself included.
Only other person who has been in here was Allie, right? She had the studio once last week, and it was broken before Allie came in.
And look at all the stuff that she breaks around here.
Nothing. All right. She's hardly ever even here. Because she does the show somewhere else now. Where does she do it? You know? I don't know. Swank think the lightning bolt is broken, won't work. Must be casting its vote for Bernie soon. From Duct Tape Cranium, as far as the Rolling Stones touring, Mick and Keith are so old they're considering changing their names to Fred and Barney.
Wow.
See, Flintstones.
I get that.
A modern Stone Age family.
Caveman reference.
Todd tweets, look on the bright side. If these people don't reproduce, maybe their stupid theories die with them. Maybe. Gen Y conservative. Bug extinction crisis? Can it hit Pennsylvania for lantern bugs and stink bugs? Yeah, I don't think too many of us would mourn the loss of a lot of different kinds of insects.
Oh, those stink bugs up in New Jersey, Pennsylvania,
Awful.
Those are insane.
Cockroaches? Man. I'd love it if they died off. But they survive everything.
You're not getting rid of. That's my point. They, even if they reach the extinction level numbers, that's not going to be forever.
Right. These environmentalists are insane. They're insane.
Yes, they are.
Here's a case in point.
Oh, yeah. Somebody sent us this video. Watch this. These environmentalists. They're just hanging out, having a good time. Look, I see they got some dancing environmentalists. But wait, what's going on over here on the other side of the patio? Wait, what's happening over here? Oh, we're grieving for the earth.
Oh, we're grieving. What is the...
It's a grief ritual for the planet.
And so they're...
I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if he's
barking. He's
role-playing.
No, they're grieving. They're grieving.
They're
what
grieving.
Are you talking about?
Is this like a Klingon ritual or something? Is that what they're doing? That was really weird.
That was something else.
Okay.
Those people vote, by the way.
That's great.
Just so you know.
How did this happen to them? I mean, really? This is what you do with your day?
Right.
How did that happen to you?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're listening to the wrong people if that's the way you live your days.
Right.
If that's what you do with yourself. You go to some park and you sit in a semicircle and you bark or wail. I'm
because
sorry.
you're
stupid.
You're either for real or pretending to grieve for the earth.
Yeah, right. And if you're for real, it's even worse. If you're pretending because you're, trying to get close to a girl or something, I mean, that's one thing. But if you really believe it and you're there because that's your cause,
that's a problem.
That's sad. That's a problem. You've got a mental illness.
And I would venture to say that if you're trying to get to whatever kind of gender that you want, maybe you move on.
Maybe
if that other gender is there grieving the earth, maybe you move on.
Maybe that's not worth it. That's not worth the hookup. Yeah. Go someplace else. Go to a basketball game. See if you can find somebody nice there. Go to a bowling alley, a prison.
Now that
You got better luck at a prison than at an environmentalist.
at a prison.
Now that
Yeah,
I said
you
it
really
out
do.
loud, though, I mean, maybe you give up after the first hookup.
That's just Jeffy.
Yeah.
That's Jeffy
That's
being
that's-
Jeffy. All right, 888-900-3393. Speaking of which, Joe being Joe was at a rally in New Hampshire the other night. This was, I think, Monday night. And a heckler started heckling him and walking toward him. And watch who takes care of this. This is kind of frightening. So they're trying to drown out the heckler because he's yelling something or other. I don't even know
He's the
what.
guy in the black coat.
Yeah.
Getting up there.
And where are Joe's people? Where's the security? Because who comes along and intercepts the guy? His wife, Jill.
I don't see any security
she
there.
calms him down.
I mean, there comes some guy.
Way late. Way late.
There could have been some serious damage done.
And Joe just lets his wife handle it? I'm going over there. If my wife is walking up to somebody who might be dangerous,
especially
I don't know. I don't know what that person's going to do.
Especially Mr. Want to do some push-ups?
Right.
Okay, look fat.
It's interesting, though, because this is the environment they've created.
Yeah, it sure is.
And now it's consuming them. So I kind of love it in some ways.
Yeah.
Because they deserve it. They invited it. They encouraged it. They have fostered this behavior. And now they're paying the price for it. You're reaping your reward for what you've created here. And so this is happening to them all the time now. And this is what conservatives have to deal with everywhere they go. So on the one hand, I'm sort of thrilled that they have to deal with this. On the other hand, it's kind of scary.
It is.
And for his wife to deal with that instead of some security person, that is bizarre.
Well, security was coming up.
Yeah, a little late.
Was getting there.
I mean, he could have. Who knew? Who knows if the guy was armed or if he would have hit her or who knows what he could have done. It's bizarre. It's bizarre that his wife was the first on the scene. Really weird. 888-900-3393.
Now, hang on a second. As insane as the Democratic Party is and how they have fostered this to happen in their party, if Joe steps in, right? Mm-hmm. Joe steps in there and gets between Jill and this heckler, okay? Does that help or hurt him with the party? Oh, you're saying it either looks chivalrous, okay? Or are you saying a woman can't handle this? She had it handled, Joe. What are you doing? You can't win with this party, man.
That's true. And again, that's the situation they created.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So they deserve all of it. They really do. I mean, I hate it, but they deserve it. They really do. 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Also with Joe, he was talking about who might have a chance to beat Donald Trump.
Yeah, let's see who.
Here's his thoughts on that.
Carville and other Democrats recently have put a finer point on it, saying we cannot nominate Bernie Sanders or we'll lose. He said people are not going to vote for socialism. He says, do you agree with that if Bernie Sanders is the nominee, Democrats will lose?
I refuse to suggest any Democrat can lose. I think, we could run Mickey Mouse against this president and have a shot.
Wow.
You keep thinking that. That's great. Again, I'm glad he thinks that way. Because they're going to be sorely surprised in November. I really believe it. If that's your attitude, you are headed for disaster.
And talking about Joe himself.
Disaster.
He better start working on his Mickey Mouse impersonation because he's got nothing right now.
Right. He can't even compete with the field he's got, and they all suck.
Well, I mean, he's on Morning Joe, so.
So, yeah, he's set. You're all set. If you're on the Morning Cup of Postum with Joe and his main squeeze, then you're there, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the main squeeze. I mean, they're husband and wife. Now,
that's
right?
right. That is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I
Finally.
guess that's still a main squeeze. But
no, the name of the show. They didn't change the name of the show.
Right.
You don't have to hide it anymore.
It's too catchy.
It's too catchy of a name, and you're not going to change what works. Okay.
Way too catchy a name. Yeah.
I mean, it's better than Good Morning with the Scarboroughs. I mean, that's just not as
that's not catchy.
There's
not at all. I don't like
no
that.
alliteration.
Like something like Morning Joe or something would be stupid.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that would.
Don't
be
even
dumb.
write that idea down.
No. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.
thinks anyone's head's going to be on a pike.
Join Team Buck weeknights at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Blaze Radio Network. Pat Gray returns on the Blaze Radio Network.
Got some tweets here from Jeffy's rusty exercise equipment. People are crying for the earth. Next thing you know, white people will be kissing the boots of black people.
Nah, never happen.
Right?
That'll never happen.
Viral lint economist Milton Keynes. Keynes, it's actually Keynes, according to AOC.
Yeah, well, she's an economist.
Milton Keynes. I don't think these leftists can do anything to shock me anymore. I cannot create an insane scenario in my head that I can't fathom them doing in reality. Yep.
You know, that's
true.
That is true.
Nothing is shocking anymore.
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if they. I don't know that there is something that could shock you.
I don't think there is. Leslie Phelps, full-on conspiracy theory, but what if China used the coronavirus as a way to control people in their fight for freedom? Now we're hearing crickets. Well, yeah. The streets of Hong Kong are not filled with protesters anymore. Are they?
No, they are not.
It's sad when full-on conspiracy theories make perfect sense. And you think, wow, that could be reality.
It's interesting.
That could be it. It is.
That's
It is, Ivan. Is there a number to call? People can
right
call.
there in front of you.
Okay, when can they call?
Anytime.
Anytime, Alec. Just anytime. Got an update on the coronavirus coming up in a few minutes, too. From Swank Think, so they can run whoever they want and win? Explain Hillary, then. Exactly. Joe Biden is delusional.
Yeah.
Let's go to Nick in Illinois. Hey, Nick, you're on the Blaze. Hi. Nick?
I'm pretty sure that... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Joe Biden inadvertently had the most honest statement in his entire political career a few days ago, when he said that, what's the point of fighting back against the government when they've got F-16s? And is that not all the more reason to roll back gun regulations instead of imposing more?
Yes.
Absolutely it is.
Not in his mind, but it is.
Right. Yep. Appreciate it. Thanks, Nick. That's a great point. Let's go to Judy in Minnesota. Hey, Judy, you're on the Blaze.
Morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Morning. Good morning.
This morning.
Is this the
Judy?
Morning time? This is the Judy?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the Judy from Minnesota.
From Minnesota. The one from Minnesota.
The one from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Judy.
Well, I had an episode in August of 2017 called Transient Global Amnesia. Never heard of it until it happened to me.
The same thing Jeff Probst had.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yes. I was doing some housework in the morning, and I kept asking my husband, what day is it? What day is it? And he thought that was odd. And then I couldn't remember.
When you
I
should
had
be
gone.
just cleaning.
Yeah, right. And I couldn't remember that I had been to the Y the day before. I couldn't remember things that had happened like within a 3-day period. I walked into my living room and looked at my painted wall and said, that's really nice. Who did that? And I was the one who had painted it, and I didn't remember it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Kind of scary.
Yeah. Were you...
So
your husband must have been scared, and eventually
He
you must have
was.
been as well.
He actually called my daughter in Las Vegas, and he said, something is wrong with Mom. So I don't go to the doctors, but she convinced my husband, you need to call somebody. And they took me to the emergency room, and the doctor there started asking me questions like, what's your name? And I knew my name. I knew who the people were around me. Then they asked me who the president was. And I had to think about it, and I blurted out, well, I know for sure it's not Obama.
No, that's good. That's good. That's a good day. Right
So
there.
they knew at that point you're okay.
Well, I don't think the doctor was impressed. But anyway, they did a scan of my brain, and the final diagnosis was transient global amnesia. And within a few hours, I was back to normal. and I had no problem with my memory and have not had that incident ever since. And that, like I said, that was in August of 2017.
Do they know what causes it?
No. And
Wow,
I'd never
really
heard
weird.
of it. I had to look it up. They did say that things can trigger it, like if you go from hot to cold on your body. And I had gone into the sauna at the Y and then went into the pool.
Yeah, but that was the day before, right?
Yes, but that could have, they don't know. They have no idea.
That's really weird. Wow. That sounds
So
terrifying.
it is for sure. It is something. It's not made up.
Yeah.
Well, Judy, something that might be able to help you, because I personally have a bad memory, and so what I do is I use Post-it notes. Okay, and so you ever see the movie Memento? So this is my day, and there's oh boy, I got to talk to Jeffy about that one. See, so I just write everything down and just stick them all over the place, so that by the end of the day, I hope to have 0 Post-it notes to go through. But good luck. Does this stuff reoccur?
Thank you for that.
Does this reoccur?
No, she's never had it before again.
I've never had it since. So as they said, it can, but they sent me home with baby aspirin.
That helps with a lot of stuff. That's what they do when you have a stroke, too.
It's a miracle drug.
It is a miracle
Aspirin's
drug.
a
but
miracle
that's just
drug.
like, get out of here.
Thanks, Judy. Appreciate it.
Get out of here.
Well, it thins out your, I guess, so the blood
goes
goes better through your brain.
Yeah. On top of which, if you
Scary.
had TGA, you wouldn't realize, Keith, why you had those Post-it notes written down there, so it wouldn't do any good.
That's probably true.
Who is Jeffy? Boy, that's a name I'd like to forget, actually.
Josh in Oklahoma. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
Hi.
Hey.
Good morning, guys.
Hi.
Hey, sorry, another transient global amnesia story for you. My dad this last summer we were in Tahoe, and it happened to him. He actually just came walking out of the shower down the hallway, and my mom kind of looked at him funny, and he said, "Where are we?" And we ended up going to the hospital, and I actually have video of him. He was stuck in a 2-minute loop. He would ask the same questions about the same topic.
Wow. That's. I mean,
and then,
that has to be terrifying,
right?
I mean, I can't even imagine, because you'd think it's a stroke, right?
Yeah.
Is that what your mom thought?
Yeah, my brother, my mom, all of us. That was our first stuff. I say that you suffer from back pain. My dad has chronic back pain, some this kind of stuff, and I happened to notice at the hospital, he got up out of the bed and walked to the bathroom like he was 25 years old. And
wow.
I said, "Hey, how you feeling, Pop?" I feel fine. Why? I said, your back's not bothering you at all? No. Why? Should it? Nope. Don't worry about it. Nope. Don't even think about it, man. You're fine. And for about 3 days, he went with 0 back pain.
Really?
Incredible.
So he forgot his back pain, too. That would be great. Now, that's a problem I'd like to have.
I mean, maybe
that would be awesome.
I don't necessarily think we need to root for TGA.
No, but that part of it is pretty sweet. Weird. That's really weird.
Talking about it, they said possibly it was his brain was in a panic mode. He says, "We don't have time to deal with back pain. We need to figure out what is going on with his brain." And
right,
interesting. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot, Josh. Bad phone connection there, but so when he forgot things, his back pain went away. That leads you to believe that it's some sort of nerve ending situation, right? That's really weird.
That's very weird.
That's really weird. 888-933-93. Let me tell you about my friends at BrickHouse Nutrition and why I love their superfood field of greens. It's awesome. A few years ago, the doctors and human performance experts at BrickHouse wanted to create a product you could take every day that's all natural and that will help you be healthier. And the result was Field of Greens. Just one scoop of it has a full serving of real USDA certified organic fruits and vegetables. It'll boost your immunity using antioxidants, prebiotics, and probiotics. And it's real superfood. It's not just extracted from anything. It's actual food. Real superfoods reduce your risk of heart disease, memory loss, like we're talking about today, and are a great source of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other nutrients. You don't need to count pills or mix anything, match anything. Just put one scoop into a glass of water, stir it up, you're done, drink it down. Go to BrickHousePat.com right now. Get 15% off your first order when you use the offer code PAT. BrickHousePat.com, offer code PAT.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. And at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Oh, by the way, if you missed earlier in the show, Andrew Yang.
Yeah?
We lost him.
Wait, what?
He's out of the race.
The math didn't work out.
He's alive. He's just out of the race.
We're still going to get our money, right?
No.
That's right, yeah.
No.
Put him in charge of some department.
Unless somebody else borrows his, Mincome thing. And so far, I haven't heard anybody step up and do it.
I love how you keep saying Andrew Yang stepped out.
So did Michael Bennett.
Thank you.
Michael Bennett.
We
lost him.
What?
We lost him.
I mean, at least you knew Yang was in.
I know. Michael Bennett, you never even hear about. Wait, Michael Bennett's in it? First of all, you need to break that a lot sooner. And first tell me that he was in. Now his campaign isn't doing well.
Yeah, you got to set up the story before you pull the rug out from under us.
So yeah, those two guys are gone. Also, something that we've got to be on a jihad over this. So there's going to be civil asset forfeiture.
Okay.
Scam phone calls.
Okay.
And new way forward bill. Okay, those three.
Those three.
Pat Gray jihads on all three.
Should I put that on a post-it note so I don't forget your Pat Gray jihad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the jihad.
Yeah, this is where they're paying people, felons, to come back to the country. We're paying their airfare to come back.
Well, people that we shipped out of the country.
Out, yeah, and we shouldn't have, because everybody has a right to be here.
Thank you.
Anybody who wants to, all y'all come free. Everybody come on in. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of everyone, especially all the world's poor. Just pour into this country all at once. We can handle it. That's fine. It's the richest country ever in the history of the world. That's why we're $22 trillion in debt. Don't worry about it. We can take more. We'll just print more money. Don't worry about it. So it decriminalizes illegal immigration completely. It stops the deportation of illegal aliens and illegal alien felons. In other words, you can be you could be a pedophile, and we can't deport you. Sorry, there's no deporting people.
Unreal
anymore. Oh, okay.
Well, if you hadn't been deported, you wouldn't have been a felon.
What?
Right?
No.
Chicken and the egg here.
No, I don't think that works.
Right?
No, I don't think that.
I was just trying to figure it out for you. I was trying to help you out.
It didn't work.
Oh,
yeah, it didn't work.
I mean, it's really ridiculous. I mean, all jokes aside, I don't know.
It's asinine.
The country would not survive.
I
the
believe
country as we know it, done.
It's a fundamental transformation. The final piece in the fundamental transformation of America.
100%.
It's the one that Barack Obama started. Well, now Jesus Garcia, Alexandria Cortez, Ilhan Omar are trying to finish it with this, with the new way forward bill, and it will.
And this will.
So that's something that we're going to talk about a lot and keep an eye on. And call your representatives, please, and tell them you certainly don't want them sponsoring this bill. You want the bill killed, dead.
Yes.
44 sponsors of the bill right now from the Democrat Party. Unbelievable.
That's incredible.
I mean, it's virtually treason. This bill is virtually treason.
What if they've read it? It's a new way forward. Sure,
yes,
I'm on board.
Yeah, they don't care. They love it. They love it. This circumvents the Constitution, and they're fine with that. They're good with that. That's what they're looking for. 888-900-3393. Jussie Smollett back in the news. Now, we mentioned this briefly, but he's facing charges again in Chicago in connection with the police report where he claimed he was a victim of that homophobic hate crime.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not an attack.
This is MAGA.
Hate crime.
This is
so much
MAGA
worse.
country here in Chicago.
Right, yes. At 2 in the morning. 20 below zero.
Thank you.
20 below zero,
January
2 in the morning.
29th.
That's when the Trump fans are out in Chicago. Woo. Yeah, it's really dangerous for black people.
Do not want to go out there.
And those are the conditions. Yeah. Don't be going out.
If you're thinking to yourself, I want to go get a Subway sandwich.
No, not in Chicago. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't even do it.
Nothing good happens after midnight in Chicago, especially.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to say, nothing out after 12 o'clock, but whores and police officers.
Just
Which
wow.
one are you?
I'm not a cop.
Your dad was awesome.
My dad was awesome. Yes, he was. He had a way.
Which one are you?
He had a way about it.
I don't see a badge, so which one are you?
Right.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah. Good wisdom right there.
Yeah.
That's some good wisdom. Smollett was indicted by a grand jury on 6 disorderly conduct charges yesterday. So he's already facing a $130,000 lawsuit by the city of Chicago because they're trying to recoup the cost.
Yeah.
Cook County grand jury returned a 6-count indictment. So this was a grand jury that indicted him. This isn't just the police department.
Right. Yeah.
They convinced a grand jury.
Yeah,
that
they went back and reinvestigated the whole thing because of the original what's-her-face that originally dropped all the charges and stuff. They went back and looked at all through that and realized that it wasn't something that had happened in the past. So this was just this was because of him. And that, no, this cannot happen.
Wow.
Can't be.
So he lost a TV show, right? He's not on Empire.
No, they got rid
anymore.
of the whole show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, will he have a career if he's found guilty on all this?
Oh, somebody will
I don't
give him
know.
a gig.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. He's done.
They hurled, if you remember correctly, he claimed that they called him the N-word. They called him the F-word, the homophobic F-word. And they wrapped that rope around his neck that he left there.
Do you mean the string?
Yes.
The sad rope.
Well, they got it at Home Depot or something. Ace Hardware.
No, it wasn't even that. It was
Lucky Beaver or something. Lucky.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
It was some.
It wasn't even a hardware
some
store,
gift
really,
store,
was it?
right?
Wait, no, it was
It was a kind of a hardware store.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hold on, I'm going to find out. What is it? Crafty Beaver. Yes,
Thank
that's what
you.
it is.
Yeah,
Crafty Beaver.
And then the cop's like, can you take the
You want to take the thing off? Oh, yeah.
So you saw it, right? You saw.
Wanted to make sure you saw that.
I mean, you see
that
how
my
it's-
2 friends put this around my neck, though. I wanted you to know.
You see, it's fashioned like a noose. You see this, right? You're getting this on your little body cam there. Oh, it's so
just
pathetic.
It was suspect from the very beginning, and we said it was from the very beginning.
From the very beginning.
And sure enough, I mean, how many hoaxes like this have there been? There have been so many, and they're kind of easy to detect now because
they all have the same hallmark.
They
man.
do. They all have the same
over
thing.
the top racism,
right?
That you can't imagine anybody doing, and so it's only a matter of time before the facts reveal themselves. And
exactly
ta-da.
right. Yes.
And reverse that. I mean, we see actual racism and attacks on the MAGA people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And,
All
and
the
that
time.
doesn't get reported
All the
at
time.
all.
And nobody cares.
Nope.
Nobody cares.
No
Nobody
one cares.
All right. Also, we may have made first contact, or somebody may have made first contact with us. Astronomers around the world have been fascinated by these mysterious radio signals that bombard our planet from deep outer space. And some of the astronomers are linking them to extraterrestrial intelligence. Okay, that's alien life trying to communicate. Well, there's a new study by a team of astronomers, and they are discovering that there's a radio source in a galaxy about 500 million light years.
That's what they're guessing with these.
Oh, that's just around the corner, right?
Just around the corner. So at the speed of light,
500.
it would take you 500 million years to get there.
I will say I'm not a fan of hearing radio burst, though. I mean,
Especially when they're on a pattern.
In the documentary Independence Day,
yes.
we got radio bursts sent to
Right.
the planet. That didn't turn out too well.
That didn't turn out well at all.
No, it did not.
These are being sent out, get this, like clockwork, every 16.35 days.
Huh.
16.35 days. Including 1 to 2 bursts per hour over a 4-day period, and then 12 days of silence before starting up again. Now, is that naturally occurring?
Could be.
We send
maybe.
stuff out like that, though, right?
But we are sending it.
Right. Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So it's not naturally occurring when we're sending it.
Correct. So I mean, someone else,
I would think
something else could be doing that to us.
I would think this is a pretty good sign that maybe it's intelligent life.
Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, but it's 500 million light years away.
I mean, is there anybody that can travel 500 million light years in time to be here to see him? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, even on Star Trek, where they went
Picard,
where they went warp 10, which was what 100 times the speed of
they
light.
didn't like to do that.
They couldn't go 500 million light years in a lifetime.
They didn't like to do it.
No, they didn't.
No, because
really
it pushed. We actually were giving it all she.
Are we really having?
Giving her all she's got, Captain.
We're having this discussion.
I've got more time.
That's good.
The matter and antimatter reactors of So yeah,
so
it's
you know that
dangerous to do.
So that's an actual
dangerous.
thing.
That's an actual thing.
Warp speed is.
No, it's not an actual thing, but it's an actual science.
I'm saying let's do the math on this. So if Star Trek were real,
how
long is it going to take us to get out there and back?
You divide 500 million by 100.
18.
Thank you.
Takes you 18.
Thank you. 18 days, 18 minutes,
the math
18
is done.
years.
Calculator, put away because I've got Jeffy here today.
So 500 million divided by year 50 is still 50 million years, right?
Yeah,
that's still 50 million years.
A little bit of distance.
That's a long time.
I'm gonna chillax on worrying about the aliens coming.
That
over.
ain't happening. Not 500 million light years away.
No, it's not.
God, that's
Not
amazing
happening
if we
from
can get a
us, though.
signal like that every 16 days, though. From 500 million light years away?
Now, that having been said, if we look at that distance, if they travel like us, they could be dead by now.
That's true.
See?
It could be
Very
long.
true.
I mean, we could long.
You know, there's gonna be a follow up of the story, like at the bottom of page, AE, 833 or whatever. The New York Times is gonna be like, oh yeah, the radio bursts. They were sent by us. They were bouncing off something way out there, and they came back, and we just now realized, sorry, that's us. That's us communicating with us.
I don't recall us being able to send that type of message.
It wouldn't be there by now.
500 million years ago.
No, it's only 250 million. Now it's bouncing back. It takes another 250 million.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or something.
Now,
or something. Don't analyze
could
this.
have been sent hundreds of millions of years ago by a species that is now extinct.
Sure.
Maybe.
The cockroach species.
Right.
The spider species. Something.
Some
species.
Yeah. But really interesting, I think.
It sure is.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, think of how many miles that is. 500 million light years. When light travels 6 trillion miles in a year. So you have to multiply 6 trillion by 500 million.
I'm not doing that, by the way.
I'm not doing that either. And no calculator is doing that I have.
You know what, though?
I don't even know what that number could be.
Right. The coronavirus, or now as it's known as the COVID-19, got a new name.
Oh,
right?
it does?
Wow. That's going to do us all in. And so we're not going to worry about someone showing up or whatever.
Yeah, so would we be surprised that we talk about all this stuff and nothing can shock us anymore? Would you be surprised if someone, if they said, hey, extraterrestrial life, come on down, and introduced another being to us?
I'd probably send them to China. No, go and talk to them over there.
Yeah.
And don't wear a mask.
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'd like to see it. Actually.
Yeah. Did you see that the leading health guy in Hong Kong says that if we don't get this under wraps real fast, 60% of the world's population is going to be infected by this.
What?
That's what I forgot his title, but
he's still alive.
Right. He's on the safe island right now.
That's scary.
Yeah.
A tad.
I forgot what kind of scientist he is, but
also I happen to believe they're downplaying this by a lot.
Do too.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
So I think it's a lot worse than we're being told.
I do too.
Yeah, here we go. It's Hong Kong's leading public health.
I don't want to feel that way.
Epidemiologist says we could get an infection rate of 60% of the global population if left unchecked here.
And I love the fact that another expert has said, yeah, this just might be permanent, and it just happens every year like the flu.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. Oh, all right.
Well, then.
So it just comes back every winter.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Again, aliens, direct your ship to China.
Aliens, yes, please, help. Send help now.
Send help now, aliens.
It's only 500 million years away. Don't worry about it.
We'll be fine.
Everything's going to be fine.
Don't worry about it.
All good.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Whoa.
Pat Gray, Only on the Blaze Radio Network.